what I'm going to talk about today, I'm just going to go through a few external modules that we have added recently, and I think you guys might enjoy them. The first one here is the custom survey landing page. So let me open this project here. When you have a project, if you have a survey that either you send out a notification and the person gets a link with a code, or if you have your survey set up to where the person can save their survey and return later using a code, what this does is it allows you to create a custom landing page for them. So let me show you the documentation here. And if you enable this in your project, just click on the link for the documentation and it'll show you what to do. So basically this is what it does, is it gives you a page that you can add an image to, your own custom image. You can add the custom language here in the pop-up box, and then instructions, and all of this text is customizable. And so it's fairly straightforward, and it allows you to be as creative as you want. I tested it earlier trying to inject some HTML into some of these. So if you have like a project that has a logo, you can really get fancy with this. So it's pretty easy. Let me just show you how to set this up. So it only works for surveys, and it only works for surveys where you're giving somebody a code. I don't think it works because if you look at the documentation here, you have to have a code to enter. So it's not like it's going to replace your public survey link where anybody can go into it. Hopefully they, if this takes off, they update the module to where it's just a custom landing page for any public link. That would be nice. But for now, it's only if you have a code for the participant. So once you enable the module, all you have to do is configure these options. So you can give it a title, and then you can give it a description, and the input label is what goes to the left of the text box. And you can have placeholder text, like in the instructions you saw that it said code, so you could have code there if you want. And then here, this background image is where you can add your own custom image, and I've already added one. And so it's just like a file explorer. You would just click on the button to add the file, look through your folders or wherever you want, whatever background image you have. I had a stock image of the university that I just threw on there. And then you have these other options here if you want to align the background image to the top, so that way when you scroll, the image is aligned to the top of the page. Use the API URL. This is probably something you don't need to worry about with Shibboleth and all that. It's a little more advanced. And then the same thing with the short URL. You don't really have to worry about it. So once you've enabled this and you've set these features up, you will see that when you go to your survey distribution tools, normally it has the public URL, and if you created a short survey link, it'll give you the short survey link. But now it gives you this option here that says use your custom landing survey page, and it gives you this link to use or this short link. So if I just copy this short link here, then you can see that this is the custom landing page that I've created, and I created a record with my own code. So if I put my code back in here, one thing that kind of bothers me is that this code it doesn't show the whole code. So you just got to make sure that, I copied and pasted, but if you're typing it in, you got to make sure you're putting it in correctly or have your participants put it in correctly. But as soon as they enter the code and they click go, then it reroutes them to the survey page. And this survey page is essentially this page here. So if I just opened it from here, it's this page. But this custom survey page, or this survey right here, is for anybody who's entering a new record. This is my specific record. So if I wanted to come in here and add my phone number, if I'm updating my record and I save it, or save and return later, see, now I have a different return code. So if I went back to the survey page, and put my code in, yep, interesting. Let me check. Let me do my old code. And then so that must be the code for my survey, and then this is my survey submit code to return. So that's, so in the survey here, if we go back to the survey landing page, and I'll show you some of the customizations here. So we can edit this and inject some CSS to style this text so that way it's not so plain. This you can style as well. So if we go into the external module here, and let me just show you in a notepad so you can see it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this text in a span, and I'm going to give it some styling. I'm going to make the font bigger. I'm going to give it a color, and I'm going to make it bold. And so if I just grab all that code and put it into the title, then REDCap will render that HTML that I put in when it renders the page. It will style that. So if I hit save here and we refresh, so now I have, a title that actually looks like a title. You can also add images. So if you had the U of A logo you wanted to put in, or you had the logo for your project, you can put that in using HTML as well. So that is the custom survey landing page.